Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elena, for those of you who don't know. And in today's video, as you could see, I am so excited to finally review the most talked about collection that is recently came out from Iluvsarahii x Colourpop. And this is what the collection looks like. It comes with a one eyeshadow palette and it has 16 shades. And this is what the packaging looks like. It does have the shades written on the back. And it looks like it has all of her eyes on the eyeshadow palette packaging, which I think is so cute. And the eyeshadow palette called Through My Eyes. And this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. How pretty is this? So again, it comes with 16 shades and a large square mirror. So this is what the shades look like in the palette. And I do appreciate all of the shades being written on actual pens instead of just in the back like their most eyeshadow palettes are. So yeah, this is definitely a plus. A lot of the shades are so pretty, so bright, so unique. Some of the shades are definitely standing out to me. This Mesmer Eyes is such a beautiful kind of a copper. The shade Lomo, that is almost this bright pinky coral shade, is so beautiful to me as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the Mesmer Eyes for you guys, and it feels so buttery and creamy. Look at this, look at the pigment. So this is what the Mesmer Eyes looks like. The next shade I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this shade Flex, and it's another metallic buttery shade in purple, almost like a silverish tone. Such a beautiful shade as well. And the last one from the metallics, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this Emerald Dream, and this is deep green emerald shade. And it definitely looks a little bit darker in the pen than on the swatch, but I never trust hand swatches. I feel like you definitely have to play with the eyeshadows on your eyes to see what it truly looks like and what the color payout you're gonna get. So don't ever trust the hand swatches. They're not as accurate as you might think. This shade Wild Soul is calling my name. And it's this sort of like a mustard yellow shade. It is very buttery as well. And this is what this one looks like. So this sort of mustard shade here. And another one that I'm really interested in is this shade Lomo. I feel like it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. So let me go ahead and swatch that as well. And for the last matte shade, I'm going to go ahead and swatch this Misbehave. This purplish berry. This is what the shade looks like. Ooh, this one is so pretty. And this is what it looks like. So thoughts on the palette. I think it's a very beautiful, very versatile. There's a lot of different looks you can achieve using this palette. I think it's so pretty. I like the holographic effect on this green sort of emerald kaleidoscope. I think that's what they were going for. And the back of the palette as well is so cute. And in this collection, there's also 3 different lipsticks, and this is what the packaging looks like. It has all of her lips on the packaging. It has the emerald green holographic shade in the back, just as well as the palette. And the shade's called a Glass Lip, which is Ultra Glossy Lip. There's Sueño de Coco, Ultra Matte Lip. And Dulcet, which is another ultra matte lip. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the packaging. And this is what the shades look like. So once again, there is two matte liquid lipsticks and one lip gloss in this collection. And this lip gloss has a little bit of a golden sheen to it, which is so different and so pretty. And I'm gonna go ahead and swatch those for you guys as well. Okay, so the first shade I'm gonna swatch is this liquid matte lipstick in shade Dulcet, and this is the darker shade. And this is what the Dulcet looks like. And the next shade is Sueño de Coco, and that's the shade I am wearing on my lips as of right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you guys anyways. Look how pretty this shade is. It's almost like chocolatey brown. This is definitely a really pretty shade. And for the last lipstick in this collection, this is actually a lip gloss. Look at this shade. Look how pretty this is. So yeah, these are the three lipsticks that came in the collection. My first thought on this collection, everything looks beautiful. The eyeshadows are pigmented and rich. The lipsticks are gorgeous as well. I love all three colors. And if you guys would like to see how I achieve today's look, please go ahead and keep on watching. But before we get into the video, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already, and go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up, as well as click this notification button down below so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And without further ado, let's get into the video. I actually went ahead and did my face and makeup off camera, since this collection is all about the eyes and lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this palette. I thought I'll start off with this Sandalwood for my transition shade. It has a little bit of a kickback, but I don't mind. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use this large mirror to start and blending. And these eyeshadows are definitely very pigmented. For the next shade, I'm gonna go in with this shell called Nostalgia, and this one is right here. I'm gonna go ahead just in the outer crease of my eye. I'm not really sure what look I'm going for as of yet. There's so many really pretty colors, but I definitely want to do something colorful. I'm gonna go ahead and go in this shade called Divina, and this one right here, which is the darkest purple in the palette. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab a smaller blending brush, just like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and start at a lower outer corner of my eye, and basically just build up the shade going into the center of my eyelid. It's definitely very pigmented, and I don't see a lot of fallout at all, actually. Now that I laid down this beautiful purple shade, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the large blending brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of blend it out. And I'm gonna use the same blending brush I was using to put down my transition shade, and I'm gonna just bring in the purple shade a little higher and kind of just blend those shades together. I'm actually gonna go ahead and go in with the shade I've used earlier, which is this Nostalgia shade, kind of pinkish purplish, to just kind of transition the purple into the orangey shade that I have on. So far the eyeshadow has been blending beautifully. They're definitely very creamy and very easy to work with. And for the next shade, I almost feel like I should go with this shade called Flex. But before I get into that shade, I actually have something else I've been dying to try. I got this Revlon Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow in shade 740. I have not used this yet, but it's almost like a shimmery purplish. And I'm going to use this flat brush. Once again, it is by AOA Studio in E131. I'm going to go ahead and use the same mirror I've been using from the palette. This is a very beautiful, almost like silver purplish shade, and it lays on so nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on my other eye. Okay, so now that I am done with the Revlon eyeshadow, the next step, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this Flex on the same exact brush now that it's kind of damped from using the cream shadow. Oh, it is so friggin' pretty. It is such a beautiful shade. It is almost like silver with purple undertones. It looks so pretty on an eye. It is such a pretty shade. I feel like it's definitely one of my favorite shades in this palette. And for my under eyes, I definitely want to go ahead and play with some color. So I'm not quite sure if I want to go ahead back with a Divina and use it under my eyelids, or I want to go with something more fun. These two colors, Moody and Emerald, look so pretty, and I'm so tempted to use those two. So I mean, let's go ahead and see what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this a small stipple brush from AOA Studios E132 and grab some of this Moody, and this is a dark green sort of emerald shade here in the palette. It does have a lot of kickback, as you guys can see, probably more than any other shade in this palette, but I'm gonna just go ahead and dust some of it off. And let's see what... But it blends like a dream, and it is so pretty. It's such a deep emerald green. And I'm gonna go ahead and dust up my under eye as well. I feel like there's a little bit kickback. Maybe I just went in with too much of a pigment the first time around, but I definitely dust up a lot of it for my second eye, and I didn't see as a lot of a fallback on my under eye, so that's definitely a good sign. I think you just have to learn how to work with the shadows, because sometimes when the shadow has a lot of pigment, it does tend to have a lot of fallout. You know, so you have to really dip in very lightly into the pan, the way you don't pick up a lot of pigment. And for my other shade, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this Emerald Dream. I feel like this is such a pretty shade, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab this almost like a stipple pan brush, again by Studio AOA in E134. And to blend the emerald green shade, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this Nostalgia shade that we've been using previously in our crease. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a flat blending brush by AOA Studios E128, and it's almost like a flat blending. And for the inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and grab this shade in Lucido. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but this is this shade right here. And put some of this shade in under my brow bone. And now that I'm done with my eyeshadows, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in some mascara. And this one here is a Superhero by IT Cosmetics. So now that I'm done with my mascara, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in some eyelashes off camera, and I'll be right back. So now that I'm done with my eyelashes, I'm gonna go ahead and dust off any excess of the setting powder. And get into the blush and highlight. So for the blush, I will be using a Milani in a Tea Rose shade 08, and this is what the blush looks like. It is a very kind of a dusty rose. Oh, this is definitely very pretty. And for the highlight, I'm going to go in with this Becca Chloe X Malika BFF collection palette. Alright you guys, now that I am all done with my face, I want to go ahead and jump into the lips. We have this 3 beautiful lipsticks. We have 2 liquid lipsticks, and of course we have a lip gloss here. And so for this makeup look, I think I'm going to go ahead and go with this Sueño de Coco, which is this nude shade here. It is super comfortable on my lips. And to finish up today's look, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with this Set and Mist Spray by Morphe. Alright you guys, so this is it. This is the finished look. So just to give you guys a final verdict on this collection, I think the eyeshadows are definitely a hit. They're so beautiful, so buttery, creamy. They blended beautifully. I loved every single shadow in the palette. They're so different and unique. And for the lipsticks, I think all 3 shades are so beautiful as well. I do wish the collection came with quite a few more products, but again, I think this collection is so beautiful, so vibrant, so Iluvsarahii. Like, I could picture her wearing these colors on a daily basis. Every single shade in this palette is gorgeous, as I said before. And so yeah, for me, this collection is a hit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video just as much as I enjoyed filming it for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next. Bye.